the season for African Stars. The champions are back, and they are taking the clever boys, the scholars, UNAM FC. It's still a hot day in Windhoek, but a nice shade cover here at 7 p.m. So tell your football friends and family that, hey, you can still make it to the stadium if you are in Windhoek. A lot going on in the capital, of course, at a first weekend of the December month. Make sure you and your family spend time together in this December month. It's important. Tell them to come and watch the champions take on UNAM. I'm sure most of you who are listening studied at this prestigious university. Not to say all the players from UNAM FC are players or scholars of the university, but nonetheless, it is African Stars versus UNAM for both of their first games of this season. Let us go to the starting lineups for the two teams. We will start with African Stars. A change in goal. Most of you would have said Desiro would start the game, but it is Marvin Lukaku Kasetura who will start the game. And then at right back, we have the new man. For those of you who are strictly watching Debmarine football, Malane Tabang is from Lesotho, who he will be at right back. Centre back, Jean-Luca and Ngaruka. Of course, Charles Ambira is not present. At left back, we have the always loyal Kambanda. In the midfield, Stiga, our captain, alongside Bakonja. And then to finish the midfield three is Godwin. Then at right wing, we have another new face, is Jomo, coming all the way from Greece. So watch the number 20 on the right wing for African Stars. And then to finish off, another new man, Laudry, is a striker with a fancy hair color, so you will be able to recognize him. And then, of course, player of the season, goal scorer of the season last season, Willie Stefanos Awilo on the left side. Starting lineup for UNAM FC. In goal, we have Garisep. At right back, we have Paulus Gideon. Left back, we have Tyrese Hiku. And the two center backs are Joseph and Ferdinand. Well, not real Ferdinand, but Ferdinand. In the midfield, of course, we have the starman Paulus Amutenya with Alex and Chiririka, along with Johannes Nambala. And then up front for UNAM FC, number 10, Nestor Yambo, and number 15, Roberto Rugam. Rugam is there with the green boots, so very much one to watch. And of course, Paulus Amutenya, the number 8, the captain, a well-known face in Namibian football. Those are the two players that we have to watch out. And there is kickoff at 7 p.m. on the dot. Sponsored by Debmarine. Thanks for your continuous support for Namibian football. And it just might be a little bit of a change in that back line. Center back and a goalkeeper in Kasitura and Gianluca that don't often start games, but they are well familiar with each other. And the goalkeeper, Kasitura, played the final 3 games last season, so he was put under pressure to win the league, and he did it. So he has felt pressure. So no questions asked. He will be able to answer the call. That was Iyambo, number 10, just making an advance but fouling Malane. Here's Gianluca. The two new men just giving it off to their captain, and here's Tiga to make a decision. Uh, Two players just playing amongst themselves there. Probably have to change wing, and that's exactly under good control from him. Finds Garuka. Gideon tried to clear, and it was blocked. And that's Godwin. Nice feet. Can he clear it? He couldn't clear his feet to take that shot. Would have been an early first attempt for Stars. It's still in the hands of the Red Army. Godwin, good feet from him. Kambanda, he'll put that in the box, and the goalkeeper with the spill, and his foot might have been caught in the net. But Owen Garisep, catching well. Gianluca doing well to shield that. Coach Ronnie Cananello for African Stars already coming out of his dugout. And the head coach, Robert Nausep, still seated, but now Coach Robert Nausep is out of his seat because he's goalkeeper. And you can see it probably from rewinding in your stream. The goalkeeper took a spill, catching his foot in that net. And I saw it as an awkward fall. He was looked fine to continue, but now he might have really twisted something there. Might be a little bit of an issue for Owen Garisep. And hopefully we'll be able to continue, but an early knock for the goalkeeper. Football is back. Football is back, of course. Fixtures had some interesting results. Of course, the first game of the season was Tigers versus Ongos FC, and that ended up in a 1-1 draw. Simon Ilago, one to really watch out for Ongos FC getting on the score sheet there. And Amutenya for Tigers doing what he does best. The two Amutenyas, well, UNAM has two, but Paulus Amutenya and the Amutenya from Tigers are the two most familiar Amutenyas. Game continues. Garuka. Pressure from Murugam, but Gianluca was able to clear. Good header there from Laudry. Jomo. Good cut out there from the number 5, Nambula for UNAM. Caught in possession there might be, but was able to clear it. And it almost got a little bit sticky there for Garuka, but sends his apologies, but no damage done. He put himself under pressure there, Gianluca. And in your picture, you can see Ronnie in the black, just asking his center back, you put yourself in fire. Here come UNAM. Joseph. Nambula again with the pass. Rugam. Oh, that was almost perfectly timed through ball. Here's Godwin. The Red Army fans in the stadium almost saw that through ball. Good pass. Shot blocked. It was a through ball from Bakonja, almost finding the new man, Mukaba Laudri. He took the shot, but it was a good block by the centre back, Ferdinand. And the resulting possession comes to the first corner for African Stars. Willow to take it. In curler, it's pretty high. It goes to the back post, headed out there by Yambo. Stiga. Lukaku. Kasetura. Long ball. Tries to find Kambanda. And the referee, the linesman, has deemed that to be a offside, and it does result as such. Let us know where you're watching from. African Stars will be playing Civics on Sunday, so it is essentially a double header for the champions. And then they will be traveling to Rundu for a hot 2-game double header. So Rundu, prepare yourselves for the champions to arrive. Kambanda. Ngaruka. Always trying to find a good pass. He does find a good pass. Here's Mukaba Laudri. Can use his left foot. He does. Good catch from Garise. Seems to be okay from that earlier knock or the twist of the feet on the side netting. Here's Alex. Mambango Alex. Left-footed centre back trying to find Tyrese. And that's a foul from Tyrese. Possession has been fairly shared so far in the first 10 minutes, more to African Stars, having maybe a half an attempt on goal. Godwin, good pass to Jomo, the man from Greece. Good catch out there from Ririka, number 21. Interesting surname there, Ririka, who passes it back to Alex, who clears. Kazitura needs to be careful here as Rugam is pressuring. Good clean-up work from Stiga. Here's Malane. Godwin. Goes back to Malane. He has time to think. Oh! But didn't have time to put in a valuable pass. Stiga can look up. He's going to go to the back post. Changes play to Kambanda. Interesting control there from Edmund. Mukaba. Cleared. Good football there from Stars. Jomo. Yambo caught Jomo and possession now into UNAM's hands. Gideon comes back into the midfield. Here's Yambo. Godwin. There's about 50 people here in the Independence Stadium on a Friday evening, taking it easy, as I'm sure most of the country is looking at other fixtures to attend to as football is back. On Saturday, we do have Comas Nampo versus Jelinho Sporting, Young Brazilians versus Kuka Tops, Tyrese, Joseph, finding his right back, Gideon. Here's Alex, Iambo. Good pass from him finally. Going wide and with time to think, time to put in the cross. It's a good one, Rugam. Oh, oh. He's not the tallest man on the pitch, Rugam. Roberto with the green flashy boots, but almost connected with that header. And while you wouldn't put that as a chance on target for UNAM, it was probably the closest uh, moment to a goal in this first half. So some encouragement for coach Robert Nausep for UNAM FC. As while African Stars might have more of the possession, chances will be available to the Scholars. Going back to that right wing, but Garuka does well. Caught off the ball. Bakonja. Garuka tackle. Still in the hands of UNAM, and that's offside, but advantage play for Stars. Alex does well to keep it away from Laudry. On Gaweseb with that left foot, and seems to be a part of the pitch that UNAM wished to utilize that right flank with the right back Paulus Gideon and the right-sided midfielder, who I'll name shortly, Jomo Malane, caught out UNAM with a pass from Ririka, shot blocked, easy for Lukaku. And as I talk about possession, maybe it's now UNAM's opportunity to gain confidence with the ball. And Paulus Amutenya there on that right side flank is pressurizing. And UNAM get the ball back in the advancing third. That's a goal kick. And no UNAM fans really protesting for anything there. It was maybe just me, as we've seen those being given, but clearly not a foul. Gianluca and Lukaku Kasitura just need to be careful with their passing there at the back, as UNAM do pressure, and that's a miscontrol. First touch from Garisep. Mukaba is quick, the new number 9 for Stars. And he would like to open his account on the first match day of the season. He really might be the striker with all the answers here for African Stars. Laudry Mukaba, who is having that header on there for Awilo. Awilo with the left foot. It's blocked. It's a corner, the second for the Red Army. And that's what Mukabo Laudry, the number 9, brings to the game. Really a target man. He's good on his feet too, but when the ball is high and lofted to him, he does work well to put it down for his players to eat off of. And here is the corner taken from Bakonja with his crafty left foot. It's a little bit low. Safely in the hands of Garisep. Garisep trying to find Iambo. Malane is there. I'm in the thick of things here at the Independence Stadium, right at the VIP box. I wouldn't regard myself as a VIP, but I have the privilege of sitting here. And yeah, the VIP is filled with spectators. I would say about 10 to 20 people. Miscontrol, Jomo, Godwin, Awilo, giving it out to Joe. Mo. He's quick, but he's not that quick. The new man from Greece. A very quiet fellow. Still finding his way within the team, but Ronnie Canelelo making that decision to start him. And the last time these two teams met was actually a loss to African Stars last season. And here come UNAM. Amutenya. Good ball retention, but losing the ball just as I say it. Awilo. Laudry, good control. Finding the number 10. Has gone out for throw into UNAM. And as I said, UNAM FC beat African Stars in their last game 2-0. The first game actually ended in a 0-0 draw. So technically, African Stars have not scored against UNAM in one season. So a little bit of a bogey team. And in fact, the game that UNAM won was Ronnie's last game in charge, as he joined subsequently after that game. Quite interesting moment in Namibian football. You beat the team and then you join the team that you beat. And UNAM FC finished the log table at a respectable fourth. But they had joined points with Chula Chula, who came in at fifth. And of course, Komas Nampo was third and Ongos FC second. So UNAM will always be in contention, always a team to watch out for. Coach Robert Nauseb just showing us some skills there. A player in his heyday. Coach Ronnie Canelelo just asking for more there from his dugout. Iambo couldn't flick it on. Stiga. Cleared by Joseph. Quick throw in. Garuka just asking for some calm. Maybe African Stars are playing good football, but they just need to play at their strength and play more methodical football. There's the captain Amu Tenya finding his right back Gideon, but he couldn't get the ball back. Bakonja. Tried to cut it in. He was supposed to go wide to Awilo, but with his left foot, he probably couldn't curl it that out. He does now maybe find Awilo. Clearance by Alex. Important one. Here's the captain, Polo Samutenya. Chiririka. Players always coiling for offside, but it's not offside yet. Played to the referee's whistle. The pace of the game very fast for both teams. Seems as they want to make a point. As I said before, African Stars have not beat UNAM in 2 games. This is the third. Let's see if the third time is the charm. Alex finding nobody there. Back into the hands of the Red Army. Melane disappointed in himself there by getting caught out, but doesn't damage the team too much. Good turn there from Garuka. It had to be, as Amutenya was giving pressure. Both coaches, you can see it in your picture, Coach Ronnie Canelo and Robert now set both on the dugout. It's a game that is the first game of the season for both teams, so 3 points is important. I think they both believe that they can get all 3 points. Of course, we do have Mighty Gunners and Kuka Tops who won their first game of the season. Mighty Gunners is always a team to watch out for. Here's Jomo. He puts the ball in. That's a good cross. Man. And Taikika Bakonja couldn't put that down with his head. It was a good cross from Jomo. That's what the right winger can bring to the game. He's very direct. Really reminds me of a few European players with his direct football. UNAM getting the ball back. Amutenya through ball trying to find Iyambo, but not good enough. Nestor Iyambo, the number 10 for UNAM FC on this left wing, really giving pressure to Malane and the back line of African Stars. It's a perfect synergy of Rugam, Amutenya, and Iyambo. All three can do different things. So interesting puzzle for the backline of African Stars to watch out for. Here's Amutenya with that cutting through ball. He looks up. He keeps it low. It's a little bit of a dink, but Kambanda was smart to it. Bakonja giving Mukaba space to run. You could see what he was trying to do, but didn't have enough space to do it. And as a part of the media team, I can say that the number 9, Laoji Mukaba, does have many, many attributes that this season will have to keep in store. And of course, this is an African Stars platform, so I can be biased at times, and the rest of the log do need to watch out for the number 9, Laudry Mukaba. I'm sure the agency that made African Stars aware of this player is in the chat. So please let us know where you're watching from. It is about 27 minutes in the first half. Maybe around one fair opportunity for both teams. UNAM FC really had an opportunity with a close header that just skimmed the top of the head of Rugam. African Stars have to really find a good attempt of themselves, but here comes a free kick that might produce one. Uh, when last did you see a wall doing its job? Counter attack. Gideon. Stiga. 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 That's what he does. Oh, and it's actually been given as a corner by the referee. The linesman did not see that, and you can see Stiga holding up his hands, just saying that, hey, I did enough. But the referee overruling the linesman's decision and a opportunistic corner coming in from UNAM. Oh, that's a header from Alex. Mubango Alex, the tall centre back, the number 4, getting his head onto that ball. Still in the final third here. Kasitura finding Laudry. That's a good header on Awilo. Jomo puts it to the back post. Gadisep needed to be there as Laudry would have been there. And that's just what he can do. He had the flick on header to find Awilo, and he then made a returning run to the back post, trying to latch on of anything that Awilo and Jomo could produce, and almost getting on the end of it. Lauji Mukaba. Here's Godwin. Can he find some quick feet? Ooh, almost a juicy, sneaky through ball. See Rikika, Amotenya, Gideon. That's onside. Kasitura has to come out. He has to header the ball. Amutenya. Ish. This guy can work hard, eh? And that's a foul. Good work there from Paulo Samutenia, the captain for UNAM. He is a threat on that right wing, and he will consistently give pressure to that back line. And Robert Nausep, the coach of UNAM, coming out and shouting to his team, these are the chances you need to take. 30 minutes in the first half. It would be a good time to score for the Scholars. Two-man wall for African Stars. That defensive position, that defensive midfield position there at the top of the box has two UNAM players that are really unmarked. Paulus Amutenya is one of them. Oh, and that's a header. Amutenya. Wide. Godronica Nanelo with his hands on his hips. Not happy with that. Here's Mukaba. Choosing to run. And while he fouled the player, he was trying to make ground, but all he needed to do is not foul the player. He would have given maybe some breathing time for African Stars and gaining some ground, but he did foul the number 17, Tyrese. Ball back in the hands of UNAM. Joseph, Alex. They need to be sure. Tyrese. Caught out. That's what pressure can do. Flick on header. It works once again. Nobody there to take a shot on Rugam. Through ball to Yambo. Miscontrol from Nesta Yambo. He's done that maybe once or twice now already in a good position. Oh, Rugam is through, but Tyrese couldn't put the enough weight on that ball. I saw that from here. And while position started off maybe a 60-40 to African Stars, it has really come down to a 50-50. And I don't know how you judge attitude, but UNAM probably has the better attitude in the last 10 minutes. But the champions can change that at any time with a moment of class. Let us know who you think will score the first goal of the season for the Red Army. And if you get it right, you must let us know. Repeatedly say that, yes, I got it right. But you can't always just say I will. Try to be creative. Maybe one of the center backs might score a header. Gianluca or Ngaruka. I'm sure Charles Hambira is watching. Charles Hambira had 4 important goals last season. Very important goals. So maybe he'll come back as striker. That's a joke. Here's Tyrese. Iyambo. Finding his footwork now. There it is again from Nesta Iyambo. A missed control of the ball. Mukaba. Laudry. What can he do? He has Joseph on him. And Joseph has done well. Joseph has done very well to keep Mukaba from cutting in from that right flank. Joseph Bonifacius keeping up the pace with the new striker. Godwin, he puts it down. And as the new season has started, a lot of transfers have been done, but not a lot of football news. Of course, we have seen PST Bet are now the new predominant sponsors of young Brazilians. So PST Bet really giving into a lot of Namibian football, now sponsoring Comas Nampo, Chula Chula, and young Brazilians. It is a northern team, a team in Comas, and a team from the south that PST Bet have now latched onto. So, as well as we thank Debmarine Premiership, we do need to thank our private sponsors for giving their funds and their support to many of the teams in this Premier Division and the first, second division. And of course, our Women's League, our FNB Super Women's League that kicked off last week. Of course, African Stars Queens unfortunately losing their first game against Beauties FC 1-0. A game that was maybe 60-40. The game was still there for them, but the chances really fell to Beauties. So we will try to stream as many games of the Women's League as possible. Here's Kambanda. And African Stars really going to the well, deep in the well of trying to find Laudry Mukaba, trying to bring him into the game. He is in the game. He is being influential. And probably ball to feet would be another option for him because Alex and Joseph are two tall defenders there at the back line for UNAM. But they try it again. Here he is. He makes a good turn. He comes to his left foot. Good turn. Swivel. Left foot cross. Malane will try to get that. He's not that quick. And just off the picture that you can see on your screen, I'm looking at Coach Ronica Nanelo. He was asking for Mukabu Laudry to put the ball a driven ball, not lofted. Iyambo, that's a through ball. That's onside, where it might have been offside, but Kasiture was there. Gianluca, good header on again from Mukaba. Here's Joe Moore. Good defensive work there from Tyrese. Just a little nudge on the back. Almost coming to the 40th mark, 40-minute mark of the first half. Uh, Hotly contested game here. Perhaps equal opportunities for both teams. You would probably say 50-50 now in terms of possession. Foul on Awilo. Alex trying to go long. Malane. Stiga. Godwin. Bakonja did well. Good ball retention from Stars. Bakonja. Good ball recovery. Here's Awilo. Looking up. Looking creative. Ah, he ran into fire. Stiga. Chomo. He can look up. He has time. Maybe too much time to think there. Chomo. Choo. And Robert Nausef has thrown a bottle of water. He is infuriated, and I can tell you now he's talking to the number 10 Nesta Iyambo, because there was a counter attack there for UNAM, and the number 10 here on the left flank with the orange boots. He has had a few bad first touches. Here he is with the first analysis. That's a good flick on there from him. He needs to do more of that. Nesta Iyambo. Shikirira, good turn. Here's Nesta. Playing better now that his coach has shouted at him. Ah, Shikiria loses the ball. Foul. That's a yellow card. First of the game for the number 5, Johannes Nambala. A little bit of a light yellow card there, but still a yellow card nonetheless. Hasn't been a vicious game of tackles in this game. Tomo with a through ball to Godwin. And Alex is strong enough. Mubango Alex. Tarisep goes back to the right wing. The UNAM player has made advanced, but Kambanda just knows how to play football with his positioning. It's one of his key assets, positioning. Always in the right place at the right time. Edmund Kambanda, the brave warrior. And speaking of the brave warriors, our under 17s team have had a horrible time internationally, being destroyed 7-8-0 in 2 games. Uh, our goalkeeper even had an own goal that has almost gone viral. So let's send our best wishes to the Namibian under 17 team. They are a young group that can still grow in their football experience. So we shouldn't be too harsh on them. Free kick here in the final 5 minutes with referee's discretion of time. One last opportunity, really, for maybe one or two. Here's Awilo. He might take it with the in swing. It will be Bakonja and Garuka, who's normally a very good header of the ball. The strongest man in the Debmarine Premiership couldn't put his head on target. Owen Karisep, the goalkeeper, with that left foot, will always have to curl it tentatively to that right wing. So Kambanda needs to watch out for players like Amutenya and Gideon. And there is Gideon now. Amutenya working well together. Amutenya so crafty, man. He puts the cross in. Gone to the back post. Here's Tyrese finding Iambo. Good first touch. There he goes. But there comes Garuka to clean up. UNAM keeping the ball well. Alex, Joseph, finding Gideon, Ambala. That through ball almost coming off, but a very good block from Stars. Godwin going back to his goalkeeper. And that was a foul. Right around the center mark of the field. A field that has been well kept over the preseason. The maintenance on the Independence Stadium is a timely thing. Of course, the assessment has been announced, so we will have to wait and see what the total costs will be for the renovation of the stadium. And then we could see good things happening to our facilities and more facilities around the country. Quick football from Stars. Mukaba holding the ball up well. He had Awilo in support, but didn't need him. Iambo. Alex. Stiga through ball. Too much, too quick. But if that ball found the feet of Mukaba, he maybe had one more turn to have a face on goal. Stiga doing well to clean up again. 1 minute of additional time. Malane. Gianluca. Good interception. Stiga. Stiga again. Good footwork from a captain that has been in that position for so many years. Stiga always has one shot in every half. He hasn't taken a shot in this half. And for those just joining us, UNAM FC have not lost to African Stars. They did not lose last season. They won the last game 2-0. And in the first game, they drew 0-0. A little bit of a high foot there, but obviously too narrow of a space for Mukaba to have any real attempt on goal with his head. But if that was more centrally, that high foot might have come into play. seconds left in the first half. David. And that is the first half for the first game of the season for African Stars, the Debmarine champions, being held to a scoreless draw against the Scholars UNAM FC, a bogey team for Coach Ronnie Cananello and Coach Robert Nausep, a man who threw a water bottle on the ground in anger, thinking, maybe hoping that his team could maybe get an advantage in that first half. But as it stands, an equal game, 50-50 possession, sharing the same amount of shots or chances on target. It is African Stars, no. UNAM FC, no. We shall stay live. And we can have a little bit of a conversation on YouTube or in the comment section on YouTube just to see how your thoughts are of the game. So obviously, let us know where you're watching from, and let's see how the comments are coming in. So I asked one question: is who do you think will score the first goal for African Stars for the first in this first game? If you believe the first goal will be scored in this game, let's see what you guys had to say. Ah, yes, DD Sports Management Agency, always checking up on their player. I see your comment. 2 goals and 1 assist. 2 goals and 1 assist from Mukaba. That'll be a very good first game for him. We have Petrus watching from Otapi. And Clarice is saying, "Come Stalile. We need 3 points, Samba boys." Yeah, Kuka Tops and Mighty Gunners are on top of the log there. Can't have a newly promoted team like Kuka Tops being on top of the league. Well, they beat Jolinho Sporting, so the new kings of Rundu are Kuka Tops. If you are watching from Rundu, just let us know if they are the new kings. We have Indira saying Laudri or Malane will score. Malane is a good shout. The right back for African Star. Let's see, maybe he'll get into the box. Watching all the way from Usakos. Hell, you looking at? Sorry. Uh, you looking at is saying Awilo will probably score. KK watching from South Africa. Ish, our player from our previous player Jocelyn Kamatuka is doing magical things there in South Africa, scoring acrobatic goals and all these things. Let us know who you think is going to score the first goal of the season in the comment section here on YouTube. I'm trying to read your comments, and we'll see if your predictions come through. And of course, let us know where you are watching from. Some of you are here in the stadium. Some of you are here in the stadium and you can hear my voice. You must tell me where you are so I can come ask you questions. If you are here at the Independence Stadium, let us know. Maybe you are here. You can see me. And maybe I'll ask you questions shortly. Just going to get comments from the attendees here. We do have Mr. Nashenda in attendance here in the VIP. Oh, I wasn't supposed to mention VIP. He's just in attendance. Just one question. The league has started. Of course, there was a little bit of a scare with the postponement and the postponement. But now that we started at the end of November, is it congested to try and get all 30 games? Obviously, there's a new cup with MTC coming in. There's obviously the NFA Cup is still going to be there. In Europe, they complain about too much football. Will we see too much football in Namibia?
Hopefully, we will want to see too much football, which is not too much yet. Supposedly, it needs to be too much because of categories wise. We need to see across the country football is played in all divisions, in grassroots divisions, and so forth. So I don't think it will be too much because of the young kids there under nines are even hungry for football. So I hope, for me, it's not congested, not at all.
These regional footballs, the first divisions, the second divisions, they are really underrated. To see that they have been organized over the course of how many seasons now. Um, they have already started. I think even before the division, the Premier Division. These the organizers of these first division, second divisions, they must also be commended for the work they have done.
Precisely, always education starts at home. And football, when we talk about education, we talk about the grassroots level, whereby our federation should be recognized. The development of grassroots development football is whereby we get our crops into our senior levels.
No, that's a very good comment. So yeah, definitely to the NFA, we have to give them props for keeping all ships a go. Still here in the VIP, who are some of the important people that we'll see here in the VIP? We are looking around. Some of the VIPs do not want to be mentioned, but of course, let us know who you think will score the first goal for African Stars this season. Looking at is saying Paulus is going to score the first goal. Paulus hasn't started the game. He is on the bench in our picture. You might be able to see him just warming up. You can see Dion Dennis there in our picture right now. So Dion Dennis, Paulus, and Maharero are some of the substitutes for African Stars. But yes, let us know who you believe will score the first goal for the Red Army this season. We have some supporters here in the VIP. Just one question: who are you rooting for, UNAM or African Stars?
African Stars.
African Stars, and from yourself?
African Stars.
Oh, African Stars. One last question.
And you?
Oh, well, my shirt.
Impartial, right? Impartial?
No, reach out for the
Oh,
stars.
no. African Stars. Also, you're not.
Well, I'm very biased so far. I have to be biased. It's a biased platform. Uh, do you know any players from African Stars?
Unfortunately, not.
Messi also doesn't play for African Stars, but you knew that, right?
Yeah, I knew that. He plays for Miami.
Miami. Yes. Don't tell me you are American.
No.
Okay, you're not American. Which country are you guys from?
Yes.
Greece.
Greece. That's it.
Close.
Never got that.
Close. Another G. Germany. Germany.
Ring, ring, ring.
One last question. It's going to be an international question. Who is the best Germany player? I've heard people say Thomas Muller, which is egregious
He was.
to another player who is the best German international player.
Um,
No, he
he is.
he is good. But
Okay, Toni Kroos or also Müller and Manuel Neuer.
yeah, he carried us to the World Cup.
Those three.
Mario Götze also plays by Frankfurt, so of course the best.
Gotta.
Yeah. And he scored the last weekend. He scored last weekend, yes. Franz Beckenbauer.
Oh really?
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah, 2 World Player of this, like Ballon d'Ors. Yeah, he has to be up there.
Where are we on?
YouTube.
Alright.
Normally it's like 300 people, but there's a lot of stuff going on in the weekend. So yeah. African Star supporters here at the VIP section at the Independence Stadium. You can make your way still to the Independence Stadium to see some of the spectators. We have a UNAM side here of maybe 30 people from UNAM FC. And if I was able to come around, I would have maybe asked some questions to a UNAM supporter. If I can come that side, maybe. Just want to ask who they feel would who's no comments from a UNAM supporter. If I can ask one question, who is going to score from UNAM? Who? Vita. Is he not on the bench? Okay, there's a player that Vita is on the bench, but he is apparently a player that some of the UNAM supporters feel is going to score. And from you, madam, number 15. Number 15 is number 15 from UNAM is it Shiririka? Oh, Rugam. Robert Rugam, the one with the green boots. Yes. Yeah. So Rugam, number 8, Amuten. The supporter says 2-0. So a prediction has been made. 2-0 to UNAM will be the final score. African Stars haven't beat UNAM. African Stars didn't beat UNAM last season. The last game, UNAM won 2-0. The first game, it was a draw, 0-0. Yeah. So they haven't even scored. So African Stars need to at least score 1 goal against the Scholars. So that is the UNAM supporters there just having their words. And maybe from the African Stars side, we had a prediction there saying UNAM 2-0. What can we say for the Red Army?
Red Army. I think we need to improve the play a bit, and hopefully we secure 3-0. And I think we are capable of it. Thank you.
How do you see some of the new players? The right back is new. Disiro is not starting, the goalkeeper. The striker, number 9. How have you, and even the right winger, the Jomo, number 20. So it's basically the whole right wing is right side of the team is new. So how do you feel that these new players will add another dynamic for the team?
Okay, from my observation, I feel like the right back looks solid. It's just
Tabang Malane.
yeah, Tabang Malani looks solid. It's just Jomo, I don't know, he's a bit rusty. Just needs to work on his positioning and movements and a bit. As for the striker, we just need him to take more shots and see what he's about. That's what we want to see from him.
Hopefully we'll see that in the second half. And for Mipa, score prediction, and who do you think is going to score the first goal for African Stars this season?
Well, I don't really know the players. It will be difficult for me to predict. But of course, I would like African Stars to win. But to predict is very difficult at this point in time. What I'm noticing, there is no connection between the midfield and the strikers. And they just keep on playing the ball backwards. But the midfield connecting with the forwards, it leaves a little bit too much to be desired. But
Yeah, there is Godwin, the number 7, who is the the most attacking Stiga and Bakonja, then the number 7 is really the connection between the midfield and the three. But let's see if they can have more connection in that, because I do also see that. We hope so too. Yes, that is some of the spectators here at the Independence Stadium. How you looking at is African Stars not having an academy? No, they do not have an academy. Zoom out a little bit. You are covering lesser details. Oh no, that will happen as the game goes on. Obviously, it's jersey number 9. Moraine says that jersey number 9 will score. That is Mukaba. And as the players are coming back onto the pitch, we should have the second half starting shortly. And just as the two teams are coming out and UNAM is having some stretches, there is no substitutions from the UNAM team that I can foresee so far. And from African Stars, probably the same starting 11 as well, making their way back onto the pitch. Of course, the number 20, Chiveta, is Jomo, and that is the right winger. So, indeed, one of these spectators, the older gentleman, just noticing that there might be a little bit of a miscommunication between the central midfield and the front three. But this is how seasons start. Of course, UNAM is the bogey team of African Stars. I wouldn't call it a rivalry. I wouldn't call it a rivalry, but there is a little bit of a rivalry there. And of course, new players that have to integrate themselves into this team. Of course, you might see moments where new players are integrating themselves and learning the pace of the Debmarine Premiership. It's a different level. Malane, Mukaba, Jomo, and even Godwin coming from UNAM FC. And as the second half begins, it is African Stars no, UNAM FC no. We will have to try and find a goal between these two teams. Hopefully, as this is an African Stars platform, it will come from the Red Army. Let us know once more who you believe will score the first goal of the season for African Stars. Paulo Samutenya. And I'm pretty sure an ex-player from African Stars, Panduleni Nikundi, is probably watching this game, and he knows Paulo Samutenya pretty well, as Panduleni Nikundi Kaka used to play for African Stars and UNAM FC. So he might be watching this game. So cheers to you, sir. Many African Stars legends still being involved in this team. And of course, a new logo, a new kit. That's a hard tackle there from Kambanda. He's probably lucky not to have some words from the referee. And yes, he will have some words from the referee. Just slight warnings for a tackle like that, just to calm down. Only one yellow card so far in the game. That was to the number 5, Johannes Nambala, who is a defensive midfielder for UNAM. So he will have to watch his tackles as the games goes on. Here's Ngaruka. Kuruka has Kambanda in support. That target man is Laudri Mukaba Bakonja, trying to be smart with that quick cross. Awilo giving pressure. He does. Mukaba just had to really put direction on that chest. He still has the ball. He's doing well. He might maybe should have tried to find a pass in a good position there. And yes, after Garuka was maybe deemed to have fouled the player, he was maybe looking for a throw in. He did get the throw in, but Rugam is still taking a knock. And the throw in will recommence. Awilo. Kamada. It was given down the line and it's kept in. Strong header from the strongest man in the league, Ngaruka, the number 18 for African Stars. There's a good interception there from Stiga, but it was a hard pass to Mukaba where it didn't need to be. And Gideon, the right back, recovers for UNAM. Nambala. He can't slide like that with a yellow card. It's a through ball. And Yambo was in an offside position, but in a dangerous position nonetheless. Stiga. Good pass. Kambanda. Good turn. Bakonja, apologies. Here's Bakonja again with a shot. Just wide. Just wide. He does have an educated left foot. Chahikika Bakonja, number 27 for Stars. If he gets a chance to look up, he scored one of the best free kicks I have seen last season in a scoring rout that was against young Brazilians. He scored 2 goals in that game last season, Chahikika Bakonja, and one of them was one of the free kicks of the season. Rugam with the flick on header. It's out by Gianluca. Nambala. Turn there from Joseph. The centre back playing in the midfield. UNAM really playing a high line here. Malane, the right back, doing well. Twisting and turning, keeping possession. Godwin, the man from UNAM, finding Awilo. Awilo needs to find a through ball. He's trying to beat 2 players. He can't. Good turn from Garuka, finding Kambanda. Good interception there and energy from Garusep. And he fouled the player. And Robert Nausep is an animated figure there from the UNAM dugout in the black on your right hand side. So asking the referee what the issue is. Apparently he's not keeping his eyes open. Kambanda. Crossfield. Yes, Gordon. Bakonja couldn't trap the ball within his possession. Jomo cutting infield, the right winger, and he went into fire. Garuka needed to be smart there, and he was, as he got pressure from the captain. That's a foul given to African Stars. The 1-2 was on between Kambanda and Awilo, and easy decision for the referee. And another opportunistic free kick here for Stars. We'll have to see who's going to take it, as Bakonja is the left-footed player to make it an outswinger. But Awilo, and I'm sure in your picture you can see the beautiful angle that Awilo has with that right foot. I mean, if you were on a football pitch, what would you do with your right foot? And we can see on our picture, Robert Nausep is animated, shouting at his player to run back into the infield to get away from the wall. I would really give this to Awilo from this position. It's a good save. It's a good highlight. Owen Garisep, the goalkeeper for UNAM, doing well. A routine save, but he needed to be clear. And it is a foul given against Stars. Oh, in fact, it's a foul given to African Stars. And the players are quite furious. It is the captain, Paulus Amutenya, really inquiring how this foul came about. And in the early stages of the game, Stars are on the ascendancy. And I did talk about a free kick that Chaikika Bakonja scored last season. It was not from this position, maybe 5 to 8 meters more towards the center line, but this is the range that Bakonja can strike them. Awilo is there. Awilo took the previous one. He's going to take this one. It's low. It hits the post. Oh, very dangerous. Very, very dangerous, man. You know, sometimes those low free kicks can fool a player, and there was a big deflection. Maybe Garasep saw the trajectory of Awilo's shot, but the deflection made it tricky. My goodness. Hitting the post. Corner to Stars. Bakonja. It'll be a outswinger. But post header. Gianluca was there. UNAM clear their lines. Kasetura will be encouraged to change play. He does. Back in the hands of UNAM with Nambala, Amutenya, Nambala, Gideon. You cannot do that. You cannot do that, my brother. First touch. Paulus Gideon, the right back, who has done well, especially in the first half. Between him and Paulus Amutenya have had a very good combination on that right wing in that first half. And the action is unfolding here again on their wing, right in front of us here at the Independence Stadium. So we have a great view of the game. Kambanda, Awilo, Chahikika, Godwin, through ball. Caught out, very well caught out there from Joseph. Stiga. Malane with a sharp cross. Kambanda couldn't catch that. And I'm concerned of how he stretched himself to get that, but he's okay. Edmund Kambanda. Good driven cross there from Malane. It's a bad pass there from the left back Tyrese, putting his players under pressure once again as Stars mount another attack. They're really trying to find the number 9, but they're having a hard time doing that. Awilo. Bad pass there from Garuka. Unnecessary. Good header on the ball. Joseph finding Alex. Alex with that strong left foot. Kasitura has come out. That's the second time he's been called to make a makeshift header, defensive header. And just off our picture, we can see a substitution being prepared for African Stars. It is, I believe, Maharero that is being readied. Here comes Stars though. Mukamba finally gets his feet under the ball. Awilo. Good cut inside. Good catch from Garisep. And maybe that prediction that so many of you had in the comments that Awilo would be the first one to score, maybe that flourishing will come to truth, as Awilo has had now 2 good attempts, one from a free kick and one from this previous shot. It is in fact 2 African Stars players that are readying themselves to come on. Number 24, Jims. And I'll confirm the other player as Kambanda tries to cut through on that left flank. Gideon does well to keep the ball for UNAM. And that's a shot, that's a save, but the foul had been given on Paulus Amutenya. So that would not even count as a shot on target because the captain of UNAM has gone down. And 2 substitutions are confirmed for African Stars. It would see Jomo coming off for Jims and number 7, Godwin Isep coming off for Gero Kauta. So Godwin Isep, the number 7 in that advanced midfield role. First game of the season for him, and of course he did well. Of course, playing familiar faces in UNAM FC. And Jomo Chiveta on that right wing. Season's debut for him, coming off for Jims, who has now come to the left wing, and now it's a cross. And Bukaba, if he scored that, that would have been miraculous. He tried to flick it with the toes of his left boot, trying to curl it to the back post. That would have been goal of the season in the first game. Substitutions for UNAM, as we see the number 21 and the number 5. The number 21, Chiririka, and the number 5, Johannes Nambala, coming off for the number 12, Martin, and the number 3, Martin is a defender, and the number 3, Langsman, who is a midfielder entering the game for the Scholars. One UNAM FC supporter here at the Independence Stadium said that Roberto Rugam would be the scorer, and another player said Vita, the number 13, a striker who's still on the bench, will be a scorer. So we'll have to wait and see if Vita will enter the game. Awilo, through ball, it's easy. Mukaba looks up, through ball, and that's offside. You could see that from a mile away being offside. But good combination play there, as it might be African Stars with the more robust attitude in the second half, as UNAM have hardly been out their half. Here's Jims, the new man. Slotted in at the right wing position in replace of Jomo Chiveta. So no change of positional play for Ronnie Canelero. And of course, UNAM FC making like for like substitutions as well. Perhaps more defensively than attacking, as a midfielder did come on for a defender. Coach Ronnie Canelelo was talking to Laudry there. Mukaba, the number 9, maybe asking for a better turn in his feet to try and find a strike on goal. Malane. He took a knock to the face there. Yeah, took a knock to the face and has gone down. He doesn't go down for much. Tabang Malane, and that's a yellow card. That's a yellow card. The referee must have seen something very clear that the player had committed on the right back for Stars, and that's an easy yellow card for the referee, and that's given to the new man Langsman. No, apologies to Tyrese, the left back. So 2 yellow cards in the game. Nambala has left the game, so on the field there is only one man with a yellow card, and that is Tyrese at left back. Stars still playing in UNAM's half. Constantly adding pressure. 3 points is really a must for the previous UNAM FC coach, Ronnie Cananello. And if you need a reminder, African Stars did not beat UNAM FC last season. So the sports journalists will maybe create a rivalry out of this if the game stays this way, or if some crazy way UNAM could score, and it has just bounced out of the curl of the net. And just as I was talking about UNAM FC being a bogey team, a rival team where the sports journalists will talk about a draw, UNAM FC almost went ahead with probably the best chance of the game. An awkward opportunity. It wasn't clear cut. But as UNAM FC have been playing throughout the game in their own half, it just takes one bounce, one opportunity for them to mount a chance. And a player has gone down to the ground for UNAM FC in that commotion. try to have to confirm. We'll have to try to confirm who this player is. Does look like if it's Paulus Amutenia, the captain, he has taken so many bumps throughout this game. Surprised to still see him on his feet, but I have not confirmed to you that that is the player that has called for a stretcher. He is walking. He will rejoin the game, but so far, UNAM down to 10 men. Mukaba, chest down, control, pass to Kambanda. Chest, Kauta, and another player from UNAM FC, signed from UNAM FC, Ngero Kauta, the new substitution for African Stars, maybe what we can say trapping the goalkeeper. And Owen Garisep is in pain. And the medical team will have to actually come from the player that they just assessed. It was Katua who impeded the goalkeeper. And I can confirm it was Paulus Amutenia who took that knock in the box of African Stars earlier. He is going to come back onto the pitch, but Owen Garisep, the goalkeeper, really in pain here. A few players from both teams assessing. Whew. The game has really heated up now. A lot at stake in match day, what would be match day 1 for both teams, but it is a match day 2 fixture as both UNAM and African Stars had their first game postponed. In the beginning of the season, it was stated that they would play the first game, and then that changed. African Stars were then scheduled to play Young African, and UNAM FC were scheduled to play Civics. But once those two games were postponed, Civics went on to play. Apologies, Civics did not actually play a game yet, along with Young African. Young African and Civics are playing tomorrow. So perhaps that will be the first game for them too. But in other results, we had Blue Waters and Blue Boys playing their derby at the coast. And Blue Boys, they missed a penalty or they had a penalty saved in the 80th minute. I mean, we had the new boys in Kuka Tops beating the old staple of Jelinho Sporting in Nurundu. What it would have been for Blue Boys, the new coastal boys beating the old guard in Blue Waters. But they had a penalty saved in the 80th minute. And of course, Young Brazilians played Comas Nampo to a 2-2 draw, and Chula Chula played KK Palace in a 0-0 draw. Owen Garisep, the goalkeeper for UNAM, is fine to continue. Header on for Mawilo. Good catch from the goalkeeper. Yeah. He stays down. He had to really jump for that, and that maybe exerted his injury. And just a comment from one of the spectators here in the VIP that the goalkeeper is a content creator. That's a good way to say it. And he has gone down again. He has gone down again. And this is probably going to be an issue for Coach Robert Nausep, as I do believe Owen Garisep cannot continue this game. It is the substitute. Oh, well, now the referee is saying that he is okay to continue. Goal kick from Garisev. UNAM FC really have to get some possession. It really is a 70-30 type game for African Stars. They had a very big chance just a few minutes ago, but in regards to possession, the second half has really seen African Stars not really having clear-cut opportunities. Garisep have had to make maybe one or two saves. Awilo did hit the post with a deflected free kick shot. Katua. Gianluca, who's done well at centre back. Rugam. Gianluca clearing his lines. Bakonja. Good turn. Katua working well. He cuts back to his right foot. His left foot is going to take a shot. Nai, man. Oh, it was there for you. Such good work from Ngero Katua. And while I know he is left-footed, he had to really make a few turns to get it back to his left foot, where he could have maybe taken a shot with his right. And in doing so, he might have changed the pace of the flight of the ball. And there's several players now from UNAM FC that are on the ground. I believe Paulus Amutenya is one of those players there in the center of the field. And as Paulus Amutenya has been subsequently substituted, he has taken many knocks throughout this game. The captain of UNAM FC on that right wing. He can hold his head up high. He put a shift in. He has been substituted for a forward player, the number 6 for UNAM FC, Mbu Enge Buendi, apologies. So a forward-thinking substitution, almost like for like, for Robert Nauseb. And Stars still playing in UNAM FC's half of the pitch. It might continue like this until the end of the game, and it will be very heartbreaking if Stars don't find that all-important goal that might give this very congested game, this very high stakes game, a winner. I believe there might be only one goal in this. Handball in that block, free kick to Stars. So 3 substitutions for UNAM FC and 2 for African Stars. An out curler from Awilo is coming up. Oh, it's good. It's a good header out, must be said. That might have been Joseph Stiga, captain. He loses the ball. He was under pressure. Rugam, too much. He had to catch that. But that counter is very valuable for UNAM FC. If they can get 1 or 2 passes off, they could really surprise the backline of Stars. But in terms of general play, it is UNAM FC that are suffering in possession. Goal kick. And Mukaba Laudry, while he is very direct and forward thinking, perhaps he should really try to retain the ball and build up play for his team instead of taking it on by himself, running into fires. Ngaruka, Jean-Luca. Malane. Nope, that's not going to do it. And looking at the body language of UNAM FC, they might want to just shield this 1 point, which will still be a non-defeat against the champions. It's not a bad headline for the scholars, as if it stays as such, they have not conceded a goal against African Stars in 3 games. It's a good stat. Iyambo hasn't had much in the second half. Katua, oh, he tried to find Mukaba. That's a foul. Must be 2 African Stars. That was the new man, Muenda, committing that foul on Katua, who's done well since he's come on, really given some energy in the middle of the park. He's more of a defensive midfielder, is Ngeru Katua, but maybe asked to be more offensive in this game, as he has had some advantages in the final third, even having that almighty of a shot, which was way off target. But here comes Chahikika Bakonja with his crafty left foot. He has to beat a 2-manned wall. Maybe if he can be smart about it and try to go to the near post, a hard shot to the near post, anything can happen. Couldn't beat the first man. Couldn't beat the wall, in fact. UNAM FC are preparing 2 substitutions. One of them is a number 9. Lukaku Kasutura. Trying to find Malane. And it is Ipinge, the number 9, and Jagger, the number 18. coming on for UNAM. So the number 18 is a striker. The number 9 is, of course, a striker. So Mr. Robert Nausep from UNAM FC, the head coach, is making a big power play here, showing his players that he trusts them to maybe get a big result. That's a through ball. That's Langsman. Oh, that's a beautiful save from Lukaku. Rugam had time to find a glorious through ball, and Ronnie Canello is furious. Kambada. Can he find support? He's fighting hard between 3 UNAM players. He does find Ngaruka. And while the 2 substitutions are still trying to be made, Coach Ronnie Canello is having a very stern word with his captain, Stiga. I think he's trying to tell them that while you do have possession of the game, do not fall asleep against the counter-attack, as Roberto Rugam and Langsman, the number 3, who's there just trying to give pressure, those 2 players are still awake. But it's a very good save there from Lukaku Kasetura to keep it 0-0. Jims, the ball is high. Katua, it's in the box. Katua with another opportunity. It's fall to the feet of Makonja. It's a save. It's a save. It's a good save. In all that congestion, in all that traffic, Owen Gadisep, the goalkeeper who's taken many, many knocks now, was able to find a good save amongst many people from Bakonja. And another UNAM player is on the ground. And UNAM FC are still having their 2 players that are trying to come onto the pitch as substitutes. One player has gone off with the injury. We'll try to confirm who that is. UNAM FC currently playing with 10 men. It is Jagger and Ipinge still waiting to come on. 2 very offensive players. Not offensive like they sway a lot, but they play attacking football as they are center halves. African Stars with 11 men. Mounting an attack. The cross comes. It's a good one. That was a defensive header. It was almost an own goal. And it's a corner to Stars. And the referee might have brought it back for a free kick. No, it's still a corner. But something has infuriated the UNAM players. They need to get back to position as the corner is incoming. The player that was stretched off has come back onto the pitch, so it's 11-11. Corner comes in, header from Garuka, but it's straight away. If he just turned his head and looked to his left, he would have put that in the back of the net. The referee stopping play to get these substitutions completed. It is number 10, Nestor Iyambo, coming off for Jagger. and Roberto Rugam, who has a good game, who has had a good game, is coming off for Ipinge. Like for like changes, but two fresher attackers for UNAM FC. And the player that did go down for an injury was Ferdinand, the number 20. He is able to continue. So it's 11-11 now. The start for the game. Apologies. And African Stars getting a substitution of themselves ready. Mujua replacing Ronald Kachiere Stiga. He's run his socks off, especially in that first half. Our captain coming off for the defensive minded. Mujua, good cross. Too much. Closing stages of the game. Who wants to write themselves in the back of the newspapers on Monday? Of course, there is still a game on Sunday for African Stars against Civics here at the Independence Stadium. So you will be able to see the Red Army play again this weekend. But who will be the hero of the first game for both teams? Across, and must be said, a very good performance from Owen Garisep in the goal for UNAM FC. He's taken knocks, he's limping as you can see. Woo! Robert Nausep, the head coach of UNAM, is shouting, me bro. Ujua, first touch of the ball. Good control there from Kambanda. He puts it in the box, finding Mukaba. Another good catch for the goalkeeper. Kambanda with a miscontrol. That's good football from Katua. The ball has tennised itself back to Stars, but good interception play from UNAM. They can now mount an attack. This could be dangerous. 5 minutes of additional time. 5 minutes. Who will be the hero? For both teams. Here's Gideon. Easy catch there for Lukaku. Malane, Tabang, the right back, having a run. Ah, no. African Stars cannot do that. They can't leave the concede possession so easily. Kazitura needs to be sure this clearance he is. He's found the striker. Oof. Mukaba. Laudry. Ronica Nalelo is not happy on the dugout. It's the ball's in. Oh, Gideon had to be very sure about that header as Katua was behind him. Malani again with the cross. It's headed on! What a save! Oh my goodness! That was a header from the new substitute Jims, the number 24. And you have to give man of the match to the goalkeeper. It must be said. Owen Garusep, he's injured again. I mean, what more does he have to do to win man of the match? But what a great header, what a good cross from Malane from that right back position. He's put in two very good crosses in the last minute, and his second one caught the head of Jims, and Jims with a twisting. I mean, I saw it live. A twisting header, but a beautiful save. It must be said from Owen Garisep. That's a highlight. Corner for Stars. Awilo takes it. It's near post. Oh, it's still there. Hatua shot. Another. It's blocked. Stars still have the chance. It's blocked again, and that's a corner again. Oof, these are the moments. What does it mean for you to get 3 points? You are the champions. What does it mean? In swinger, Awilo. That's a good block there. And that's good position from Joseph, the number 2. Joseph and Alex, 2 players that have also played very well for UNAM FC. And with seconds left in this game, we are watching now with wide eyes. Maybe one more opportunity will fall to either team. Maybe more in the favor of African Stars. But here comes UNAM on the counter. They have space to think. The players really leaving the ball. But it's still in the hands of UNAM. Ngaruka does well to break free and to stop all that counter attack for UNAM. He takes the throw in. Really wants to get the game going on. Here's Garuka again. Malane. UNAM. And the player on the left wing, it is the new player, Mabu Rande, who's really just, he's having good runs, but he's kicking the ball too much in front of him, and he's losing possession like that. Close control. But Tyrese takes the throw in. It might be long. It's short. African Stars now. UNAM back with the ball. And as I said before, they might be happy with this draw, with this point, because the story will say that African Stars have not scored against UNAM in 3 games, which means the last game between these two teams will be an interesting one. And it will be a home game for UNAM. But that's in case African Stars can't find a late winner. They need to get the ball up the pitch. Malane, he puts that one of those crosses in, and Mukaba cannot catch onto that with his left foot, and that might be it, as Garisep will hug that ball and waste time. Seconds in this African Stars versus UNAM FC game. One more opportunity. Nope. And that is it. Wow. Football is back. The champions are back, but they have drawn against what the journalists might call a growing rivalry between African Stars and UNAM FC. My name is Emmanuel Nkara. It has ended here at the Independence Stadium. African Stars, no. UNAM FC, no. Join us on Sunday afternoon at the Independence Stadium, all live. Cheers and enjoy your